America's Cup boats rely on the wind to power them and need the oceans to race on. So it's crucial to Land Rover BAR that their work doesn't have a negative impact on the environment, that it is sustainable. Together with their sustainability partner 11th Hour Racing, the team wants to influence positive change. But what exactly is sustainability?
Sustainability is really around creating a balance. So we've got to be able to live within the thresholds or the boundaries, if you like, of environmental impact and make sure that stuff we do today isn't going to have a negative impact on people's decisions later on and for future generations. Everything we do uses resources and creates carbon emissions, and that has an impact on climate change. So we're really trying to look at where that impact is and how to reduce that.
To understand why it's important to reduce carbon emissions, we have to look at the carbon cycle. There's a finite amount of carbon on Earth. It comes in lots of different forms, like carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, the oceans, and the carbon that's locked up in plants, animals, fossil fuels, and even rocks. Over time, all this carbon moves from place to place due to natural processes like growth, decay, respiration, or photosynthesis. This constant process is known as the carbon cycle. But human processes like combustion and the use of fossil fuels also release carbon into the atmosphere. It's mankind's changes to the balance of the carbon cycle through increased carbon emissions that drives global warming and climate change.
As a team, we build race boats, we attend events all around the world, we build our own team bases, all which have impacts on energy and climate change. To counter this impact, initially we look at our carbon footprint and we use a life cycle assessment model to really look at where the biggest impact lies. From then, we can then focus our attention, and with the help of our engineers and technologists, we can then look at really innovative solutions to those issues, whether it be around material use and carbon fibre recycling, or how to reduce the impact of our base through renewable energy.
We have a choice of where our energy comes from, so we were lucky to be able to partner with Low Carbon, who are our renewable energy provider, and that's meant we've got 432 solar panels on our roof, and that produces about 20% of what we consume. But actually the other 80% we've made a choice to bring from renewables, so actually that mostly comes from wind power, which is great as sailors because we're used to powering our race boat by the wind, so there's a nice link with how we power the base and how we power our race boat.
The boat itself has been designed and built with sustainability in mind too. And that means thinking about reducing carbon emissions at every stage, from manufacture to disposal.
One of our big impacts is the materials that go into the build of the boat and our whole manufacturing process. And the race boat itself is built out of majority of carbon fibre. It's lightweight, so if you're going to put it in cars or boats which are driven by an engine, that's a real positive because you need less fuel to propel them forward. From the sustainability point of view, the big challenge is what we're going to do with that end of life. So whilst it might be a great material, it's a big issue in terms of its end of life. So that's why we're really looking at what options are there out there and trying to drive the solution before it's actually a problem.
The team and their partners are dedicated to bringing the Cup home for Great Britain, but they're passionate about doing this in a responsible and sustainable way. By using their engineering and technology skills to find solutions which improve their impact on the carbon cycle, they take us a step forward on the journey to a more sustainable world.